I hate how these videos always show the house and not the land location and value. Who cares about the house? I censored the name because I talked to this person and they were a good sport, and you guys can be mean. For reference, we're talking about this dump in Toronto that I showed in Castles Part 5. As I've said previously, I do think the land values themselves are inflated, and the land speculators are a big part of the problem, which is why we have these rundown houses on these lots instead of something nice. I get a lot of comments like this, and I know I've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, but it still amazes me that at this point, people still come into my comments and say stuff like this like I don't know it already. People are saying it's a huge lot downtown, it's a nice corner lot, it's in a really desirable area, condo builders can take it and build a 50-story condo building and make a lot of money. I do a lot more research on these properties than you realize. I know that they've been sitting on this lot for years and trying to sell it at an inflated price. And I also know they tried to rent this crappy house for $2,800 a month last year. Do you really think I didn't check the zoning on this one? Did you learn nothing from European Castles Part 2? Toronto has real good zoning maps, dude. So first of all, the lot's not much bigger than other ones in the area, and people said it's a nice corner lot, but it's not on the corner of a street. It's on the corner of this creepy alley. It's not exactly a highly desirable location. And if you want to talk zoning, it's zoned for a 12-meter height restriction, which means you're not going to get a 50-story condo building here. You're going to get maybe a 3-story building. And it's zoned for a 1.0 square footage index. That's not even good. That sucks. That means you can only have 1 square foot of building space per 1 square foot of lot space. So if you build a 3-story building, you can only use a third of the lot. So no, you're not going to turn this into a huge condo development. At best, you're going to get a few apartments on there. But let me show you the rest of the street that this house is on. If you look around, you'll see it's basically a bunch of red brick townhouses that all look the same. And if you know anything about Toronto property owners, you know that they're not just going to let you build whatever you want on that lot after tearing down this house. They're going to want you to build something that preserves the character of the neighborhood. If you try to put up something other than a house that looks like this, these people are going to fight you tooth and nail. Even this tiny playhouse across the street is built in the same style as the rest of the neighborhood. And if you have any experience with Toronto property owners, you know that they will obstruct you, they will complain to the city, they will sue you, they will do anything they can to keep the neighborhood from changing. And they're often retired and have a lot of time to waste. So when I make fun of properties like this, I'm not just saying that the house itself is overpriced. I also think that the land value is overpriced. And if it was actually worth this much, somebody would have done something with it already instead of just sitting on a dilapidated house.